In the labyrinth of existence, where shadows dance and echoes fade, there exists a timeless wisdom that beckons us to embark on a journey inward. Stoicism, with its unwavering gaze and steadfast resolve, offers us a guiding light amidst the darkness, illuminating the path to self-mastery and inner peace. Through the ages, Stoicism has served as a beacon of hope for those who seek to navigate the complexities of life with courage and wisdom. It is a philosophy that transcends the boundaries of time and space, offering us timeless insights into the nature of existence and the human condition. In this journey through the depths of Stoic wisdom, we will explore the virtues that lead to true fulfillment and inner peace, and we will uncover the pitfalls that threaten to ensnare us along the way. From the pursuit of virtue to the cultivation of resilience, Stoicism offers us a roadmap to navigate the trials and tribulations of life with grace and dignity. Join us as we embark on a journey through the ancient wisdom of Stoicism and discover the secrets to unlocking the fullness of life and embracing the boundless potential of the human spirit. Number 1. Arrogance. Arrogance, the shadow that looms over the soul, is a trait that Stoicism cautions us against embracing. In the realm of Stoic wisdom, arrogance is viewed as a veil that blinds us to our own limitations and disconnects us from the interconnectedness of humanity. When one succumbs to arrogance, they become enslaved by their own ego, shackled to a false sense of superiority that isolates them from the world around them. Stoicism teaches us that true wisdom lies in humility, in the recognition of our own imperfections and the willingness to learn from others. As Epictetus, the revered Stoic philosopher, wisely noted, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Arrogance closes the door to growth and stifles the flames of curiosity and self-improvement. It is a barrier that stands between us and the wisdom of the universe, preventing us from embracing the interconnectedness of all things. In the pursuit of self-mastery and inner peace, Stoicism urges us to cast off the chains of arrogance and embrace the humility that comes from recognizing our own limitations. For in humility lies the key to unlocking the true potential of the human spirit, and in the willingness to learn from others lies the path to enlightenment. Number 2. Entitlement. Entitlement, a specter that haunts the human spirit, is a trait that Stoicism warns us against cultivating. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, entitlement is seen as a poison that corrupts the soul, leading us down the path of discontent and dissatisfaction. When one falls prey to entitlement, they become enslaved by their own desires, consumed by a sense of entitlement to that which they have not earned. Stoicism teaches us that true fulfillment comes not from the acquisition of external possessions, but from the cultivation of inner contentment and gratitude. As Seneca, the revered Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more. That is, poor entitlement blinds us to the abundance that surrounds us, leading us to grasp desperately at that which is not ours and leaving us perpetually unsatisfied." In the pursuit of self-mastery and inner peace, Stoicism urges us to cast off the chains of entitlement and embrace the virtue of contentment. For in contentment lies the key to unlocking the true richness of life, and in the recognition of our own blessings lies the path to true fulfillment. Number 3. Greed. Greed, a voracious beast that lurks within the human heart, is a trait that Stoicism admonishes us to guard against. In the realm of Stoic wisdom, greed is viewed as a bottomless pit that consumes everything in its path, leaving only emptiness and discontent in its wake. When one succumbs to greed, they become enslaved by their own desires, driven by an insatiable hunger for wealth, power, and possessions. Stoicism teaches us that true wealth lies not in the accumulation of material goods, but in the cultivation of inner virtue and contentment. As Erich Fromm, a renowned psychologist, aptly remarked, greed is a bottomless pit which exhausts the person in an endless effort to satisfy the need without ever reaching satisfaction. Greed blinds us to the true riches of life, leading us to chase after fleeting pleasures and ephemeral gains. In the pursuit of self-mastery and inner peace, Stoicism urges us to cast off the chains of greed and embrace the virtue of moderation. For in moderation lies the key to unlocking the true abundance of life, and in the recognition of our own enoughness lies the path to true fulfillment. Number 4. Dishonesty. Dishonesty, a shadow that darkens the soul, is a trait that Stoicism cautions us against embracing. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, dishonesty is seen as a poison that corrodes the bonds of trust and undermines the very fabric of society. When one succumbs to dishonesty, they become enslaved by their own deceit, weaving a web of lies that ultimately ensnares them in its tangled embrace. Stoicism teaches us that true integrity lies in honesty, in the willingness to speak the truth even when it is difficult or inconvenient. As Seneca, the revered Stoic philosopher, wisely observed, the greatest remedy for anger is delayed dishonesty, erodes the foundation of trust upon which all relationships are built, sowing seeds of discord and resentment in its wake. In the pursuit of self-mastery and inner peace, Stoicism urges us to cast off the chains of dishonesty and embrace the virtue of honesty. For in honesty lies the key to unlocking the true richness of life, and in the cultivation of trust lies the path to true fulfillment. Number 5. Cowardice. Cowardice, a spectre that haunts the human spirit, is a trait that Stoicism warns us against cultivating. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, cowardice is viewed as a prison of our own making, trapping us in a cycle of fear and inertia. When one succumbs to cowardice, they become enslaved by their own anxieties, paralyzed by the spectre of failure, and unwilling to confront the challenges that lie before them. Stoicism teaches us that true courage lies in facing our fears head-on, in the willingness to take action in spite of uncertainty and doubt. As Seneca, the revered Stoic philosopher, wisely noted, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, it is because we do not dare that they are difficult. Cowardice robs us of the opportunity to grow and evolve, keeping us trapped in a cycle of stagnation and regret." In the pursuit of self-mastery and inner peace, Stoicism urges us to cast off the chains of cowardice and embrace the virtue of courage. For in courage lies the key to unlocking the true potential of the human spirit, and in the willingness to confront our fears lies the path to true fulfillment. Number 6. Hatred. Hatred, a poison that corrodes the soul, is a trait that Stoicism warns us against nurturing. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, hatred is viewed as a self-inflicted wound, consuming the hater from within and blinding them to the interconnectedness of humanity. When one harbors hatred, they become enslaved by their own bitterness, consumed by resentment and unable to find peace. Stoicism teaches us that true liberation comes from letting go of hatred, from releasing the grip of anger and embracing forgiveness. As Buddha wisely remarked, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Hatred is a destructive force that only serves to perpetuate suffering, both for the hater and for those around them. In the pursuit of self-mastery and inner peace, Stoicism urges us to cast off the chains of hatred and embrace the virtue of compassion. For in compassion lies the key to unlocking the true richness of life, and in the willingness to forgive lies the path to true healing and reconciliation. Number 7. Selfishness. Selfishness, a shadow that darkens the soul, is a trait that Stoicism cautions us against nurturing. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, selfishness is seen as a barrier that isolates us from the interconnected web of existence, trapping us in a cycle of isolation and discontent. When one indulges in selfishness, they become enslaved by their own desires, oblivious to the needs and suffering of those around them. Stoicism teaches us that true fulfillment comes not from the pursuit of self-interest, but from the cultivation of empathy and compassion for others. As Epictetus, the revered Stoic philosopher, wisely observed, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. Selfishness blinds us to the richness of life, preventing us from experiencing the true joy that comes from serving others and making a positive impact on the world." In the pursuit of self-mastery and inner peace, Stoicism urges us to cast off the chains of selfishness and embrace the virtue of altruism. For in altruism lies the key to unlocking the true abundance of life, and in the willingness to give of ourselves lies the path to true fulfillment and happiness. Number 8. Indolence. Indolence, a spectre that haunts the human spirit, is a trait that Stoicism warns us against embracing. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, indolence is seen as a prison of our own making, trapping us in a cycle of laziness and apathy. When one succumbs to indolence, they become enslaved by their own inertia, content to drift aimlessly through life without purpose or direction. Stoicism teaches us that true fulfillment comes not from idleness, but from the pursuit of excellence and the fulfillment of our potential. As Seneca, the revered Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Indolence robs us of the opportunity to grow and evolve, keeping us trapped in a cycle of mediocrity and regret. In the pursuit of self-mastery and inner peace, Stoicism urges us to cast off the chains of indolence and embrace the virtue of diligence. For in diligence lies the key to unlocking the true potential of the human spirit, and in the willingness to work hard lies the path to true fulfillment and success. Number 9. Impulsiveness. Impulsiveness, a tempest that rages within the soul, is a trait that Stoicism warns us against indulging. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, impulsiveness is viewed as a force that blinds us to the consequences of our actions, leading us down the path of recklessness and folly. When one acts impulsively, they become enslaved by their own desires, driven by fleeting whims and whimsical desires. Stoicism teaches us that true wisdom lies in prudence, in the willingness to pause and reflect before acting. As Plato, the revered philosopher, wisely remarked, the man who makes everything that leads to happiness depends upon himself, and not upon other men, has adopted the very best plan for living happily. Impulsiveness leads us astray, preventing us from making wise decisions and achieving true happiness. In the pursuit of self-mastery and inner peace, Stoicism urges us to cast off the chains of impulsiveness and embrace the virtue of prudence. For in prudence lies the key to unlocking the true potential of the human spirit, and in the willingness to think before acting lies the path to true fulfillment and contentment.